If you're looking for a fun place to talk with myself and a lot of other very cool people, my Ninjago Discord server is the perfect place. There we can discuss Ninjago and lots of other very cool things. If you're interested, the link can be found at the top of the description. Now, in today's video, we are going to be talking about something I said I wouldn't even be discussing, but after waiting a few days, nobody else's videos on this exact same topic have been removed or anything, so you know what? I'm willing to take the risk and talk about it in today's video with you guys. The Season 15 set images. You may have seen these already. If you haven't, then I apologise. I can't show you these images whatsoever. I will not be leaving a link in the description either, but I figured I may as well just talk about them and give my overall thoughts on them in a video today with you guys. We've gotten quite a lot of stuff leaked to us already, so yeah, let's get into it. To begin today's video, let's talk about one quickly that I can actually put up on screen. This is Lloyd's Hydro Mech. It'll be retailing for about £20 or dollars. I've already made a video talking about it, so I won't go too in depth, but so far so good. I'd say it's pretty solid for a cheap mech. I can't really ask for much more. The build overall looks pretty decent. The colour scheme is very good. Some of the piece choices may be, a bit questionable, especially on the left shoulder, but overall it is pretty good. Nothing great, but also nothing bad by any means. Next, let's take a look at Jay's small car. This is easily my least favourite out of the bunch by far. It just looks unfinished to me. Obviously, these are preliminary images, so anything could really change, but from what I've heard, nothing too big will be changing, so I guess this is just what it'll be looking like. The wheels just look ugly to me, very odd looking design. It's mainly blue, of course, to match with Jay, and there are hints of yellow, but to be honest here, I feel like there's just slightly too much yellow used. I wish they could have toned that down just slightly, because the yellow works best with Jay when it's used in very small amounts. For figures, it looks like we're getting two sea serpents, and Jay himself obviously, and he's wielding some kind of harpoon. So honestly, overall this set just doesn't do it for me whatsoever. Definitely my least favourite one out of the bunch. Coming up next here, we have Nia's Sea Dragon. Now, there's actually a big secret with this set that connects it to Season 14, but I can't really get into it here, but trust me, it's an awesome twist. For the head, you can see it uses the full Overlord Dragon head design, which is interesting. Very cool to see LEGO using that piece yet again, and the colour scheme for it here does look pretty interesting to say the least. For the colour scheme, it uses mainly light blue and some dark blue. That's about it, and it looks like a pretty sizable dragon. Very big, also majestic looking too in a way, and right now this thing is definitely growing on me quite a bit. I wasn't a massive fan of it at first, but yeah, it's safe to say it's grown on me a lot. For figures, I think we are getting a few sea serpents, some kind of purple snake or octopus, that kind of thing. Getting Python vibes from that, but it's most likely a brand new villain. Nia is also probably included, although I don't really see her in this image. And it's also worth noting that we do get a small submarine side build included with this set. Now, for one of the final Season 15 sets we have to talk about here, next up is the Temple of the Infinite Sea. And if you want my complete honest opinions on this set so far, I think the community are really overrating this set. But that isn't to say it's a bad set whatsoever. I think it's pretty solid, but just kind of overrated again. I will say though that the inclusion of Wojira in a sea serpent form is awesome. Everything about that looks fantastic. Even down to piece selection, it just looks awesome. On either sides of the serpent though, it goes downhill slightly for me. It feels a bit bare, not much going on. The builds are somewhat decent. My favourite part would have to be the colour scheme though. I think that's epic. But aside from that, this set is simply just satisfying in my own opinion. Nothing bad, but also nothing amazing. Now, this is definitely a controversial opinion, but I think I've left the best set for last, and that is the Hydro Bounty. Wow, what a fantastic looking set, honestly. It's basically the normal bounty, but with major modifications to fit underwater. You can see they've equipped the deck with a big dome piece to, obviously block out any water. And so hopefully this means it'll have some great interior, as that's really the only place the Ninja will be in, as obviously they're underwater. It's also worth noting that the bridge area and the thrusters are awesome here, and they help to make this set look pretty cool if I'm being honest. Lastly for this one, we need to talk about the colour scheme. In any images you see of it now, it's white. However, I'm really sad to say that this most likely won't be the final colour. Instead, it's most likely going to be the traditional red colour, which in my opinion is a massive shame. I really do enjoy the white. I think it's unique, interesting, and just kind of different for a bounty. However, the red won't be that bad, I suppose, but I just can't help but think that the white colour scheme is miles better. But that's really all I have to say about this set. Definitely one I want to try and get at some point. Lastly, we have just a few legacy sets. First off is a small Kite bike. I guess this is his Season 1 fire bike thing, scaled down even more. Yeah, this one's nothing special, very boring set. I really don't have much else to say about it. Next is Kai's Fire Dragon, his big one from the pilots and Season 1. This set looks incredible. The moulded pieces are returning here too, which is great. While the figures so far may be doo-doo, the build definitely makes up for it. I'm incredibly hyped to see the finalised image for this one, and hopefully this means that LEGO could remake all of the OG dragons at some point. And now lastly, we do in fact have an all-new remake of the Ultrasonic Raider, and this thing honestly just looks disappointing to me personally. It's been toned down a lot, looks more blocky, and overall just isn't very visually appealing to me whatsoever, at least right now. There's still a chance the design could change, but we'll just have to wait and see on that one. So hopefully you all ended up enjoying today's video. If you did, be sure to drop a like on it. To go even further and help support the channel even more, be sure to subscribe and consider turning on post notifications. That way you'll never be missing out on any other future videos from me, and trust me, it is genuinely appreciated. With all of this finally being said though, I will see you all in my next one.